I created a small app that looks and feels like an app, and it is just directed at that one poem, and it allows students to click on particular words and lines, and they will see both comments and questions that are really aimed at their particular level and at the issues of the poem itself. So I'll give them a definition from the Oxford English Dictionary that I think applies, but then I'll also say, why do you think the poet chose this particular word as opposed to something else? It also allows me to ask them to think about the sound of a poem, and that's something that a print textbook could never do, because I can actually give them readings of lines and say, which one do you prefer, and why, and ask them to comment on that. The other thing I wanted to add was a social kind of networking dimension. I wanted students to be able to see comments made by other students, but not just by anybody. And one of the things that e-textbooks are doing when they include the opportunity to look at commentary is that commentary comes from sort of everywhere. You have no idea what you're seeing. You'll see a big list of things that people have said. Some of them are useful, some not. So I made it possible for students to put their name in and their class that they're working in. So when they want to see what other students have said, they're seeing only the students in the class. So it creates that smaller sense of community. And I also wanted students to be able to take notes that they could see, because if they can bring the poem into class with the app, I want them to see what they said about it when they took notes and not have to hurriedly click on something and pull up something to remind themselves of what they thought about it. They should be able to see a record of their commentary just as they would, and this is really a throwback to the print textbook where we expected them to write in the book. And one of the things we're finding is that students are actually less willing to write in their paper books than they have been. They're beginning to see paper as a kind of a sacred past object, right? That you would never write in it. And of course, that's anathema to the study of literature and poetry, where we really want them to engage with the text and to write in and on the text itself.